I'm Jimmy Black with Music on 11. We're here at 89th Street Collective with Fear Factory. I'm here with Dino and Milo.
Perfect.
Hello. Now, you guys are on the road right now with the Cavalera Brothers.
Yep.
And you guys have been playing Demanufacture in its entirety.
Well, we've been doing off shows on the Cavalera tour. So we've been doing a lot of our own shows. And our own shows, we play Demanufacture in its entirety, plus extra songs. On the Cavalera tour, we mix it up a little bit more. So we play the majority of Demanufacture, but we go into the Soul in the Machine and, of course, other cuts as well.
So we definitely got a treat tonight because this is the 30th anniversary of Demanufacture. Now, to put that in perspective, in 1995, if the Beatles had played Help its entirety, that's pretty
Help.
much... That's, I mean, 30 years. That's
30 years is quite a feat for any band. And I'm just very appreciative that I'm still here to be able to do that. You know, maybe when it reaches 40, we'll do 40 years.
Now, when did you get to hear this for the first time?
Unfortunately, a little later on, not right when it came out, because at time I was 8, I think. And my parents raised me on a lot of music, but metal. So
Butt metal?
a lot of music except for metal. Not butt metal, not B-U-T-T. We gotta specify. But
Yeah.
that's a good one though. But so I just found out about metal just when I was only when I was 14, I think. And at first I found out Metallica, Korn, Slipknot, blah blah, and then Fear Factory came a little later on when I was, I think, 19, and I think the Immortal was the album, the gateway album that brought me to the world of Fear Factory, and then Demanufacture. I discovered Demanufacture a little later on, but still around that time when I was 19, 20, and it grew on me more and more, for sure, because I was coming from more like groovy kind of metal, you know, like Korn and stuff like that. But it's one of those albums, and Fear Factory is one of those bands that got me into like heavier and faster kind of metal, for sure. And yeah,
I've heard that a lot.
And the thing that I actually started to listen and compose electronic music way before even knowing about metal, when I was like literally 11, was in my dad's studio, you know, and just messing with softwares. The fact that Fear Factory, not only they had a lot of electronics, but I found out, you know, I always do my homework when I find out a new band, you know, Wikipedia, Google and stuff, and I found out they were so such pioneers of the you know, this use of electronics and metal. So that was like another, you know, like another factor that made me fall in love with them even more.
One could say a fear factor.
Or a fear factor. and the way they used it, you know, of course, the great Reese Fulber, you know, like he's done all the synths in the classic Fear Factory records and a lot of stuff later on, but this is all his work.
So the last remix album that you guys had, as you mentioned, Raya's and Zardonic had done
DJ Zardonic, yep.
had done some remixes, and that's one of the things that I've always really loved since Fear is the Mind Killer, that just about every album gets almost a full album of remixes.
Yeah. That was our approach way back in 1993 when we did Fear is the Mind Killer. We hooked up with Reese Fulber from a band called Frontline Assembly. And that was really the gateway in between Soul in the Machine and Demanufacture. So without, there would be no Demanufacture without Fear is the Mind Killer. Because that was when we had built a relationship with Reese Fulber doing those first remixes and then carrying it over into Demanufacture. You know, we always wanted to hear our records, you know, manipulated into something completely different. And doing the industrial techno, you know, death metal remixes on Fear is the Mind Killer, kind of opened the doors for us to do one for Demanufacture, which is called Remanufacture, and that really opened the doors for us to be in video games and actually a lot of video games,
Carmageddon.
and many other
That's
games.
the one that stuck out at that. That's the one that stuck out at that point in about 97, 98, 99 was Carmageddon, and what were some of the other ones you remember?
There's so many. Test Drive 5. I can't even tell you. If you go to the New Breed of Fear Factory on Facebook, you'll see they had a video and they list every
Oh wow, okay.
video, yeah.
I'll try to
And
sneak that link in
every
there.
movie soundtrack that we came out on. There's a lot of them. I can't remember them all, but there's quite a lot. And the remixes really opened the door for us to go into the video game world, and that really propelled that part of a different avenue of income for us. So that really helped a lot.
So, moving forward, you guys have been working on a new album. I know that you've
Correct.
talked about it. How far into the process are you guys now?
We're 99% into the process. One of the main things is choosing who we're going to mix the record.
Do you
So
have,
all that is information that will be coming out soon.
Okay. I was going to ask if you had any names there.
I'd rather not drop any names.
I gotcha. Subject matter. Considering the state of the world right now, there's a lot of things that can be taken from reality that we're experiencing right now that have been on the albums, that you guys have put out for the last, 35 years. Is there anything that has stuck out that you said, I want to write about this?
I think Obsolete is probably the record that really describes in detail of where we're headed, into the future, or what could be a possible future. A lot of the things that we're seeing now has come true. Obsolete is really about how man is becoming obsolete. Not just man, but just certain things that we normally would use to create things have changed over the years. People's jobs have become obsolete. I mean, you're seeing that everywhere, especially after COVID. A lot of things changed. AI obviously has taken over, and it's helped a lot of people. A lot of people have talked a lot of shit about AI, and I understand. But if you really want to get rid of AI, you really have to get rid of every electronic device that you have, and you're still not going to win.
Yeah, it's everywhere, and even
It's just we look at it as just another tool. You know what I mean? To use. We don't necessarily use it in the aspect of music, but I use it for everyday things. Like if I want to write certain things, an email, something like that. Something that sounds more professional.
And it's like you just said, it's a good basis to throw out there. It's like a sketch. You don't necessarily want to turn in work that's not yours, but it can also show you other avenues to go into, and I think that that's the way it should be.
Correct. And I've heard that some actors are already selling their likeness, like Bruce Willis. Obviously, he's very ill and he can't talk. I think he has Alzheimer's, whatever. But he sold the rights to his likeness, so AI can create, him, and he can continue on in movies.
Yeah, which is, and again, it's interesting if the person wants to do that. You've got like Ronnie James Dio that has
The hologram.
The hologram. And there's a couple other actors that did that. I don't know what Ozzy's estate has established. I do know there's going to be some things coming out.
There's got to be something with Ozzy. There has to be. If they could do it with Tupac at Coachella, they could do it with Ozzy.
I know they're talking about doing, a yearly festival in his honor. I don't know if they're going to call it Ozfest or what, but there's talks of doing that. So, he's definitely going to stay in the realm.
Yeah, Ozfest was some of the best touring festival that I've ever been a part of. I've ever seen, really.
Oh yeah.
It was just like a big summer camp. Everybody having a great time. Everybody kicking ass and just hordes of fans coming out to the shows.
Oh, I missed
It
that.
was amazing.
I got, as a matter
I
of
miss
fact,
those days too.
97 is saw you guys in San Antonio on
Yep,
Ozfest.
Yep. We did 96. There was only 2, and then
You were like
97.
8.
96, I was 8 or 9.
Yeah, 96, 97, and 99 are the 3 Ozfests that we did in the States.
Now, when you were listening, did you ever think, like that you'd be singing these songs on stage with Fear Factory?
Never. Dude, like, the crazy thing about this whole journey is that I've always been a massive Fear Factory fan. I knew every song, every lyric, crazy. But I have never thought or even like wished that this thing could become true, because it was like to me it was stupid to even dream about it. It's kind of like you go like, oh, my favorite band is Metallica, and one day I hope that I will fill in for James Hetfield permanently. I'm like, fuck out of here. So when people go like, you're living a dream, I'm like, I'm living something that wasn't even my dream. I'm living like something that is way higher than what was my expectations, which my expectations were simply just to make a living with maybe my own band or my own music, whether if it's metal, possibly metal, because it's always been like the genre that spoke to my soul the most. But I've been a musician since I was 12 because of my parents, so this is like way beyond what was my expectation. So when Dino started messaging me during the pandemic back in 2020, I was just shocked. No pun intended. So that was like, and the crazy thing is that the video that I put on YouTube wasn't even meant to be like an audition. I just put a cover on YouTube because I was like, okay, I think I want to start to be active on social media and just maybe, put myself out there, and just start a channel. So the first cover that I did was a medley of New Machine songs, and the first guy that commented was Dino, and the rest is history. So
yeah, well, he really didn't know we were looking for anybody. No one really knew we were looking for anybody. I actually had put it out there that I was looking for a vocalist for Divine Heresy, and not necessarily Fear Factory.
Yeah.
So he thought that it was for Divine Heresy, and not Fear Factory at that time.
So in 2 weeks, Fear Factory turns 35.
Yeah, that is correct.
And you guys have special plans that you've got for
We're going to be on the boat.
Going to be on the boat.
On the Headbangers boat with Lamb of God, Devil Driver, and a bunch of other bands. Kubla Kai and yep. And a few other quite a few other bands.
That
It's
is
gonna
awesome.
It's going to be great. It's a killer. I've done it twice. The 70,000 Tons of Metal, I did that twice. And it's always been fun. All the fans are very respectful, because we're all pretty much walking amongst everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody's fully respectful, and of course they want pictures and autographs, stuff like that. But that's to be expected.
Is Jose going to be there?
Yes,
Oh, that's awesome.
Jose will be there.
That dude's awesome.
Yeah,
Fuck
he's a
yeah,
great
Jose.
guy. He always comes on stage and sings Edge Crusher with us.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the video of that. So, any last words out there for Fear Factory fans?
Yes, thank you for the 35 years of support. We totally appreciate that. Also, be on the lookout for next year for tour announcements, new record announcements, singles, videos, everything. Go to Everything Fear Factory, and it's all there.
Keep it turned up to 11.